Good Monday morning on the mic with M&T.
Deuces, how y'all doing? Before we start, been on a little hiatus, vacation, holidays, that kind of stuff. Had a little break, but we're back, fully back.
In other words, we're on a good welcome back episode.
Yes,
Let's go
yes,
with that.
yes,
All
yes.
right, and today we're going to be talking about the actual role the father plays in the child's life.
Okay.
Kind of wanted to speak on this because I think someone sent it to me and maybe my um, DM or Facebook message or something like that. And someone was speaking about the difference between the mom and dad in the child's life.
Hmm.
Whereas a woman tends to have a more nurturing role, she's more present in a kid's life. And a father, he's present, but
Hmm.
he doesn't necessarily have the same role in the child's life. Um, and I absolutely agree to that, just based off of my own upbringing.
Hmm.
Um, my father was very present in my life,
Hmm.
but he certainly didn't play the same role my mother played,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was the guy who kind of told you to get up in the morning, but he never quite came in your room to wake you up,
Hmm.
right? You just kind of yelled it out, Tamara, get up.
Hmm.
And, you would just, you're up. My
Hmm.
mom, Tamara, get up. Tamara, it's time to wake up. Hey, Tamara, you still not up? Good. Tamara said get up. Now it's
Yes.
time to get up. Okay, I'm up now. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Mom. Yeah, right. Mom kind of had more time for you, and she kind of entertained um, your shenanigans.
Hmm.
Whereas Dad was so much less hands on. Um, he did his own thing, and everybody who was there present was okay with Dad doing his own thing.
Hmm.
Um, the weird part about that dynamic is how a lot of people are parenting children today in separate households.
Oh.
So today we see the children who go to the parents' house on the quote unquote weekends,
Hmm.
right? Or they do the 3 days on, 4 days off type of thing.
Hmm.
And so now you see the father's positioned in a different role.
Yes.
And I'm always curious, like, what are you doing with dad all week? Like all weekend long? Does he have a new like family there?
Ah,
Cause like I
yeah.
couldn't imagine sitting in the house all weekend long with my dad. Like, first of all, isn't he at work? My dad just works all the time. Holidays, weekends, it didn't really matter. My mom was the one who made sure she took the time off from work, make sure
Hmm.
she never worked on the weekends, just so that she'd be there to entertain the kids, prepare the food for the cookouts, take us to the beaches on the weekend.
True.
And dad showed up because he kind of just got off of work and, he kind of just jumped in the car and, he's dad. He could
Show up.
yeah, he could just be present when he could be present, and this time was always the best. But
Oh
what are you doing now
Lord.
if you're really a single father? There's so many of them.
There's a lot of them, but the first thing for me is when you get into that type of relationship when you have kids,
Hmm.
you have to kind of in the beginning know know what you guys what the plan is for this kid. Like the mom's gonna have a particular way of seeing about raising the kid. The
Right.
father's gonna have a particular way. So the first thing y'all gotta do is goddamn talk about it. You're just gonna say, well, I hope that he's doing this, and he's saying, I hope she's doing that.
When he goes over there, I
Yeah,
hope he's
I
doing
hope
X,
she's
Y,
doing
but it's
that.
not even your business.
It isn't.
And generally speaking, when we've gone our separate ways, I don't even want you to know what I'm doing in my home.
Well, and you know what? This is what I'm gonna say this to the camera. This is why in one of our earlier episodes, be careful who the fuck you have kids by, because if you
True.
don't, do you have kids by the wrong son of a bitch, man or woman, you're gonna run into situations like this. So again, be careful who you open them legs up to and who you get the positive from. Now, back to the discussion. When you get to that point, you have to understand as a father
Hmm.
that there's a certain way, certain things that is expected of you. You have to be the disciplinarian, or at least someone that can, because kids will play against one against the other. Like mom don't give you that leeway, daddy gonna give me that leeway. I can go this, I'll do anything. You can go to
Yeah.
this house, stay up late at night,
Yes.
eat dinner anytime you want to, brush your teeth, don't care.
Whatever. Right.
The mom, she has rules. Get
Absolutely.
your ass in bed about 9, 10. You better have your room clean. You better do all this. Kids play on that. So they're like, it's fun to go to dad because dad don't give a shit. Dad probably tired, probably, whatever. I just want to be your friend and do anything.
Because I only kind of get to see you for the weekend, so if I like lean on you,
Mm-hmm.
I might not see you again. But you're the
That
disciplinarian.
that's the thing that you have to get an understanding of early. You can't. That's not something that you once you separate, then you try to figure it out.
Mhm.
You have to say, okay, we ain't working out. I'm gonna have the baby one whatever time. You're gonna have whatever time. And it's kind of like I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't really know. I don't really want to care what's going on in your house, to be honest, because I'm already mad that somebody else is in your house, and I ain't. It's not
Yeah, you
me.
are. Right.
I'm pissed
Right.
off anyway by that.
Right.
So I don't really give a shit. All I know is that certain things better not happen around my kid.
Mhm.
Don't bring a whole bunch of dudes around there.
Mhm.
Don't be doing nothing
Look at
illegal,
you parenting in
crazy.
my house.
Yes,
Look at you
yes.
parenting in my
Damn it.
house. Isn't that
And listen,
cute?
because what's going to happen in my
Yeah.
head, certain things, I don't want my kids seeing no crazy shit over at your house.
Mhm. It's
Because what's
your
going to
version
happen
of
is
crazy stuff,
my
though.
version of crazy.
Yes.
Because I'm
Because you already
expecting
knew my
dudes.
family was crazy from the beginning, so our versions of crazy been.
Exactly. So I'm expecting you got your crazy mama coming over here, your
Mhm.
crazy daddy coming over there, some of your crazy ass cousins coming over there. I don't want my kid influenced by that
Mhm.
bullshit. So I
Mhm.
just want to make sure that you monitor that.
But what can you do about it?
I
You
really can't do
can't.
anything
You
about
can't
it.
do nothing.
But you know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The baby comes. How's it going? How's it over at mama house? Because the baby gonna tell me everything. Mama, she feeding you all right? Hey, your clothes look a little
Entertainment.
short. What's wrong? Your mama ain't take you shopping? No, she said, come over. You gonna take me shopping? So, why she say that? She said, cause you always take me shopping. And you think myself, well, damn, I gotta pay child support. And I
Mhm.
gotta buy clothes and all that stuff. Okay, as a parent, as a man, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do what I gotta do because my baby ain't gonna want for nothing. I want my place to be the fun part. I wanted her to have he or she to have fun here
Mhm.
all the time.
Mhm.
Fun, 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 fun.
Okay.
Put all kinds of sugar in her, him or
Mhm.
her, then ship her ass right back to you. High as a kite. Just jump from side to side. And then you're like, bitch, that's what you get. God damn, you want to leave me, don't you? And then the child support and all this bullshit. She gonna tell you, he or she gonna tell you every day. I have fun over daddy house. Now, what daddy should be doing is this. He has to establish some sort of discipline for the kid.
Mhm.
You know that you have to be the person who established that. Because I don't know what's going on in mama house, and again, I don't really give a damn. But there's certain things I expect you to do when you're in my house. Certain things, certain ways I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna teach you certain things, and it depends as a boy or girl. For a girl, is very well, both is important, but girls are really important because really that's the first male role model that you have is your
Absolutely.
father.
Absolutely.
So that dictates every guy from that point on. You basically said, "Oh, my daddy never did this,"
Mhm.
and as a
That
guy,
expectation. Mhm.
it's huge. So as a father, I'm going to take my daughter and get her nails done. I'm going to take her out and buy her a dress. I'm going to show her where to eat and how to eat. I'm just not going to drop off at McDonald's. Let's go get a Happy Meal. Blah blah blah. I'm going to start teaching her. I'm going to start training her how to be basically how people should treat her, how men should treat her. That's my job as a father for my daughter.
Mhm.
Because again, if I don't do that and I'm a deadbeat dad or I'm not around, then where does she get it from? That means she gets it from her mama house, whoever those role models are, uncles, whoever.
Right. Right.
So now they have more influence than I have. So I can't allow that to happen. So I have to be part of her life, which means I have to set aside my ego and say, don't care what's going on in mama house, but when you come here, you should know that you're gonna learn. I'm gonna teach you.
So let's have the scenario where a guy has weekend visitations, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the only like parenting time in the home while the child is present.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my father would go on the road and he'd be in another state.
Oh, really?
And I'm laughing because I remember getting in trouble over the phone.
Oh.
Like, how many times did my mother pick up the phone? She told on me.
Oh
She
yeah.
told on me several times. And I'm like, first few years, like now I'm in trouble, right? Because now,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's screaming at me on the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in my feelings. I'm in trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, it's like, what you gonna do? You out of town, right?
Hmm.
And
That's
then,
what you think. See, that's what you think.
and then one day I got in trouble over the phone, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I said something slick out my mouth. I had to. I
Oh.
had to. I had to do it because I was that age. Let's say that's the
Oh
only reason why I had
Lord.
to
And
do it.
see, you that
I
were
had to
you
try him.
that were you
I
the
had to
teens,
try
early
him.
teens?
I was good teens. I was
Oh
good
shit.
independent teens too. I was
Oh.
good independent teen age. Yes. Okay.
Oh Lord.
And he said, Tamara, 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 I'm gonna be there. When I get there, I promise you. I said, oh yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh you challenge it.
No, he challenged me first. See,
Oh.
I see. That's the teenage thought process, right? Somehow your
Oh
father
God.
challenged you, right?
No, 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 no.
It was me. It was all
No,
me. It
no.
was all me.
Ooh.
Let
And I
me tell
know,
you.
I know it didn't go well.
I think it was about 8 p.m. that phone call took place. That man showed up at 11:15. That means he was on his way there to me when I was trash talking him. He had been on his way up there.
Oh
Just led me to
no.
believe he was doing what he normally do.
Oh no, 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 no.
I
Oh,
tried to hold my own. I said, I'm sorry, Daddy, but you know what I'm saying?
mm-mm.
Because I wasn't sorry. That's number one. Because I said what I said
And
and
he
I
knew he
meant
wasn't.
it.
He
Yeah.
knew you weren't sorry too. So come on now, he knew you weren't sorry. Come on now. He was. Now,
He said you tried me because basically because I
yes,
did. I
yes.
did. It was my time to try him, but we had a relationship to where when I did try him, he definitely could check that.
Oh, he gonna check it. And see, based on the year, if I go back to when I was a teenager and you were acting a fool,
Mhm.
and all they had to do is say, "Oh, you said that? Mhm. What did he do? He didn't do this. He didn't trash outside. He didn't clean his room. He didn't clean the bathroom." All I heard was like, that to me as an 11-year-old, oh Lord, I'm gonna get my ass whipped because now you're looking at a man who's been outside. Prime example. It's July.
Mhm.
He outside. He used to work out the road.
Yep.
So he out there in 100-degree weather,
Mhm.
moving asphalt, moving all kinds of shit, sweating so much that the belt you got to hang the belt out to dry. So the last thing he wanted to hear is this Negro
Yep.
acting a fool in the house. He
Yeah.
don't want to make no bed. He don't dump the trash.
Basic chores. Basic
Basic.
things. Yeah. Easy
And,
stuff.
and your ass out there,
Yeah. It
and
ain't no
your ass
good.
out there with tar going down the road, strip down
Mhm.
the road, 100-degree weather, 150-degree with the damn little roller they out there, just
Yep.
put on that and
Manual labor.
manual labor, and you talking that you don't want to dump the goddamn trash.
Yep. Tried
He
it.
already gonna whip your ass, but he think about how bad you gonna whip your ass. He thinking like, I'm gonna take this wet ass belt and I'm gonna, and it's gonna be
It's
good
sweat.
soak, sweat. It's gonna be
It's
soaked
dripping
with
with
sweat.
sweat.
He'll be able to hang that shit, and you just see the water drip out the belt. I'm gonna take that belt. I'm gonna beat that ass.
Mhm.
Now you at home, you're like, oh, he don't remember that. He working,
Yeah.
and then your mom gonna beat your ass. Then you're like, okay, I'm good
Yeah.
until you get home, and then I heard all that shit that was going on. You want to take trash outside? All you get to my but what? I'm out here in 125,000-degree weather,
Mhm.
sweating like a goddamn slave, and try to put food in your damn mouth. You don't work. Roof
Right.
over your head.
Right.
You don't pay
It's
no
the truth.
goddamn rent or mortgage in here. And you acting a fool. You can't take the goddamn trash from upstairs outside and right there you can look out the door and see it. All of a sudden the bell already coming out.
Mhm.
And you can't explain shit.
Mhm.
Why? Because you're like, oh,
It's been past. Been
now
past time
he
for
can't.
explaining.
He been wanting to whip somebody's ass all day long.
Mhm.
And now you give him a reason to whip your ass.
Yep.
And
Said
the
that.
ass whipping you got, I used to get those legendary ass whippers where I think I saw Jesus. I think I saw Jesus and the devil at the same time. I didn't know where I was going. I think I was in purgatory. I was like,
Wow.
oh Lord, stars. Jesus said that with the the gates wide
Wow.
open. And then devil down there was hiding. He said, come with me, son. I'm like,
You ain't know
what the
which
hell?
way to go.
I didn't know which way to
Left,
go.
right,
The
up,
pain was going through
down.
my head. I was trying to scream. I was
Mm.
trying to scream. Ah! I could barely get that out. I was rolling around the floor and every goddamn thing. But that belt was still coming down. You ever been hit so hard that when they hit you with the belt, the sweat come out the belt?
Hell no. No,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, see, you learn that lesson. You learn a lesson.
No,
Eh,
See, we used to go outside and have to rake the leaves if we in trouble.
Shit.
Go clean the pool. Go do something manual labor, something manish. That's number one. Yeah.
Mm.
Nah, cause you're a girl. Like, how
Yeah,
much beating they gonna be doing on you as a girl?
And you're right. For boys, you would
Yeah.
get your ass smoked.
Yeah.
For a girl, they wouldn't beat you per se.
No.
That'd be up to mama.
Yeah, and how much? First of all, even me as a mom, how much spanking and beating on? First of all, I'm not beating on no teenagers. You know how exhausting that is for me to have
Yeah.
to spank the kids. Number,
Yeah.
Nuh-uh, I gotta find some other way to punish
Well,
you as opposed to, because when I beat you, I darn near beat myself.
Well, see, today's kids are different.
Now. Yeah,
It's
they different because the mamas is different.
So-
Have us beat the hell out of ourselves trying to beat them kids.
See, we don't do that now. Take your damn phone. Take
Yeah.
your damn games from you.
Yeah.
Stay off the internet.
Yeah.
Sit in the corner.
I
Sit
like,
in the
no, I like
goddamn.
mine to sit right next to me and read aloud. I love books. Come
Oh,
read next to mama.
that's the
Yeah,
worst.
Yeah, that's the worst. Teenage
I
boy
gotta
got to sit
read.
there and read next to
Oh,
mom.
god damn.
Probably something lame
Can I?
too
Is
that
a
I picked.
car or I can change? Can I go outside and cut
No,
a tree
you
down
come sit right next to me.
and read a book?
Yeah, yeah.
See, and that's the difference between the progression or evolution of fatherhood. Back in the day, they put hands on you constantly.
Yeah.
And you kind of, when you grow up, you're like, listen, I can't. I'm not gonna put my kid through that because I
Yeah.
can't. I'm
Those
tired.
generational differences.
God damn, yes, I can't take it. I mean, there's nothing worse than getting your ass whipped during the summer. See, during the winter months, maybe a
Warm
little,
you up
warm you up a
inside.
little bit.
You take a
It
nice
hurt,
nap
little
after
sting.
that.
Yeah, you're like,
you
you're
things like, kind of, I'm all right. Wake up, you all hungry in the night. You can eat good and slept good.
See, that's different. That's different.
That was different.
But in the summer months, they hit you, so you become even more hotter.
Yeah.
So now you
Now
sweating.
Now you fainted. You didn't go to sleep. You just passed
Listen,
out.
I remember one time, girl, I got whipped so bad, I pissed myself. I thought it was sweat. It hit me. It was like off guard because it was talking,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I thought the shit was over. I was like, you know what?
Up again, so you thought it was the sweat.
Yeah, I was.
Shit didn't cool
I was
off too fast.
Yeah, girl, listen, y'all. I was 10 years old. I was running off my mouth talking about, I want that. You ain't getting that. Oh, I want that.
Yeah, not today.
And you know the look. You ain't getting it.
Say it again.
And you're like,
that's what that look meant. Say it one more time.
and you're like, I'm gonna get that. So then, at that point, shut the hell up. I'm standing in line, still mumbling to myself.
Love the mumbles.
Get out to the goddamn car. Grandpa sitting in the car. Mama said, "You acting a fool in the store."
Mm-hmm.
You acting a fool in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted. No. Did she tell you wasn't gonna get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
You getting loud?
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't getting loud. Then that little 10-year-old, I said, "Man, I ain't getting loud." Maybe I did. Yeah, I wanted it though. I wanted it.
They challenged them. They challenged.
Got out the car. Got deuce and quarter. Back in the day, that big ass car. Get the car. Got the car. And before I realized it, normally it'd be a conversation like, you kind of brace yourself like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna say, how gonna hit me? Before I realized he had the belt was off. So I was standing. So you ain't gonna talk about him. Slap my leg. All of a sudden, my leg got hot. I said, oh shit, I pissed myself. I said, oh Lord. He's like, that piece of, boy, I know you ain't fucking piece yourself. So I start crying. I said, you made me pee myself. You made me pee myself. Good God mercy. Oh no. He gonna go out there and they always has some goddamn towel, some shit down there. He was so goddamn, piss your goddamn self. Take your goddamn pants and drawers off. Had me wrapped around a goddamn blanket, cussing the whole time up the road. Cut down the
like
road.
You peed on yourself on your own.
Peed on myself. So
Yeah.
sitting there, and then we gotta go a couple more stores. So I'm sitting in a hot ass car with a goddamn blanket wrapped myself with my pissy ass drawers and and shorts in the back of the goddamn
Yeah.
car,
Stinking
and
up
I'm
the whole
mad. You
place.
made me piss myself.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, you made you piss yourself because you should act a fool in the store. Cause and effect. Your cause affected your
Your
ass.
mumbles affected.
Why you pissed yourself? And at that point, I said, I can't keep doing this shit because they're getting slick with it. Before I could warm up and like, oh, I'll
Yeah,
take this.
you was almost ready for it.
That shit hit me and it just, my arm had cool bumps on, but I wasn't cold. I said,
You
this
went
is.
cold up top, hot down below.
I was really
Didn't
warm
know if
down
you was
below.
coming or going. Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do this shit. So that stuck with me. I said, I ain't beat my kid. This is some bullshit right here. I mean, I mean, something smack my kid and he pissed himself. Then what? Then I got to deal with that situation. And I
You
wasn't
gotta-
traumatized.
I would hope you'd have, I mean, the next generation, you would have a spare set of clothes for your child as opposed to a blanket. I'm just saying,
well,
you're going to upgrade. You already know when you slap them, you're going to slap the piss out of them.
I was like, God damn.
Get some wipes and some alcohol.
Yeah, something. But back then, you was stuck with that. It ain't nothing worse than pissing on a summer day.
That's a summer day in the back of a car. That joker was cooking it up.
And then, on top of all that shit, then I had to go home and wash the goddamn blanket and the damn drawers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, because it was
I had to wash it. Go ahead and hang that shit out there on the line.
It was all your
hot ass
fault.
summer day. I'm out there and people probably saying, what the hell's he hand? Oh, you know, the older people say, oh yeah, he got his ass whipped.
Yeah.
That's why his drawers hanging up there. He got his ass whipped.
Yeah, he said something crazy.
But see, the days, you can't do that today. Well, you can, but you know, kids today,
kids
you better not
back
call.
to your house after you spank them. Can you spank your weakened child?
Well, you know what?
I'm just wondering if you can spank your weakened child. The child that you see, I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, if your
kids that you, I want to know.
Well, if your kid is the next coming of Damien, if he's Lucifer's son, and that little son bitch come to bed, he calls some shit. You gotta choke that little son bitch out because obviously he's expressing something. So if he's in my house. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna tell him one time. Yeah. No, you can't do this. The moment he said, Mama let me suck. First of all, you ain't in Mama's house. You're in my house. Yeah. I have rules.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I want to do this or I ain't coming back. Well, first of all, we ain't gonna have that discussion about you ain't come back because they're gonna mouth off at you. I ain't gotta come here on weekends. Yeah, you do. Because my ass paid for that shirt. I paid for your drawers and the food.
You coming to pick them up.
Yeah. And here's what I'm also gonna do. Mm-hmm. I'm also going to buy his clothes. I'm going to keep his shit there. I'm not going to send that shit home. Because you know why? Because me as a father going to think every time this little person come to me, shit's too tight for him, shoes hurting the feet. You know, they got the shoes like Martin had an air whack when the damn shoes all, his toes all crunched up like this. Kid coming in, Daddy, my foot hurt. My foot hurt. I'm still wearing these shoes. I'm thinking, them shoes don't fit your ass. Oh, I see what she's trying to do. I ain't giving enough money, so put all your tight shit on and go to your daddy's house so he can buy you some clothes and maybe he'll bring them clothes back. But my daddy said, no, hell no.
Send back with the same tight clothes?
I'm going to put them same tight ass clothes on and ship his ass back. Hey, tell your mom, tell her take some of that money that I send to her and buy you some shoes. And if she got a problem with that, I don't know what to tell her. Because here, and I'm going to take pictures and show it too. So take pictures, show your mom. So you got a new pair of Jordans. Got some Yeezys over here. Got all that stuff. I'm gonna make it so when you come here, it's like I'm going to daddy for the weekend. I'm gonna have a good time because the other thing, I'm gonna take care of him, take care of the child, feed him right. I'm gonna make sure that when they go back home, you're gonna tell you, and I did this, and daddy did this, and blah 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 blah.
But
blah, blah, blah.
Is that the role of the father? Is that the proper role of the father in the child's life?
Okay, now
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Now, to be honest, there's the type of dad he is. Either he's I call him the vengeful dad, who basically is mad because y'all ain't together no more. He got paid child support, so he gonna try every little way to get back at you. So he gonna make sure that he do little things when the kids with them, so he can just go back and say, "Ha." Look how good daddy living.
Yeah,
Look
now
how
you get to see the good version of him that I had sat around and waited on for all that time. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, treat him like a prince. Thank you.
And I'm sending back. I'm saying, here, put your clothes, all your stuff back on going back. So that's the vengeful one. Now, if you were lucky enough and it was a good dude, he knows that, listen, I have to be able to teach you the things your mama can't teach you. And it depends on if it's a girl or a boy. If it's a girl, I want to make sure that you just don't accept any guy to say anything to you. He just don't say something to you like,
But don't you teach me the stuff my mom can't teach me also as a man? Like there's a few things that I would assume.
yeah,
Like teach me some things that I need to know how to kind of do some things with a screwdriver a little bit.
you're gonna do that
Like
too because
don't
and we're
teach
gonna
me too
see.
much though. Like
Well,
don't
see,
don't be trying. I ain't trying to be no builder now.
well, see,
But
you should learn how to change a tire.
uh-huh.
And please
But
make sure.
and how to ask for help when a tire needs to be changed.
Yes, because if you don't know, then you're like, okay, I may have to ask for this, or if I
Like
don't
I
have,
can know how to change a tire, but physically, can I get that tire off?
well, of course,
Keeping it real.
if you're 4'11" and like 95 pounds,
Mhm.
you probably gonna need some assistance.
Yeah.
But if you're 350 and looking like Precious, I
Yeah.
pretty much think you'd be able to change a
You
tire
should be able to get it off.
easily.
But either way, I'm still a damsel in distress.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and you should be able to handle yourself both ways. Do it and ask for assistance.
Yeah.
The other thing is how to carry yourself.
Mhm.
The one thing I'm not gonna have as a girl, if I'm raising a young lady, you're not gonna come to my house with no hoochie shit on. We're not
With
having
what?
that hoochie shit. You ain't putting no hoochie shit. You ain't have your ass hanging out. You have your titties hanging out. You ain't gonna have.
My mother bought me all of those items.
Your mom was a skank too, so
No,
that's why.
my
That's
mother
what I'm trying
is
to change
a-
you from being the skank your mama is. So I don't want you to be a skank like your mama. So I'm gonna teach you how to be a little princess, so you can go out there and be able to carry yourself such a way that people ain't look at you
A little more
skank.
polished. A little
Yes.
more polished.
Yeah, not skankish.
Okay. So my mom
Don't
let me
raise
have-
skanks. It's not a good
My
thing.
mom let me have the pink hair, but you was like, nah, calm that down.
And you know what? I'm gonna let you have the pink hair
Okay.
because that's you expressing yourself.
Okay.
But I'm
But
not.
my halter top was not me expressing myself.
Listen,
I
you
didn't
don't-
have on
no.
no makeup. My father did not have to take away all the halter tops. I just want to let y'all know that right now.
Well,
I had on one. And he said, you know what? Go bring me all of them.
yes, you're not gonna go out there like that. Yeah, you're not. No, I don't give
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
And you gonna
yeah,
go
we
back,
had
take that shit
matching-
back.
We all had like matching, like coordinating situations, but I had to have a halter top because that's how mine's coordinated. My sister picked it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, it was fierce, okay?
I bet you it was.
Black and red, army fatigue. We did that. Just for the record, we did that, okay?
Wow.
I don't know how we got out of the house to get to the mall to take that picture, okay? We went out again. My mother was like, girls, let's go somewhere, PD Plaza, let's go out, do something, something, something. And I was like, bye, Daddy, because I love my father, right?
Oh,
I was like, bye.
oh no. Oh no. And then he came out and said, bye. What
Oh.
the hell? Yeah, huh?
Tamara. Which one? That's my mom's name, too. So right in that moment, you can always tell who he's talking to based off the tone, though. I hit him with which one? Because I'm fine. Yeah, I'm on my way out the door.
Oh, the hell you ain't.
Fabulous.
Nope. You're going to take your ass and march back upstairs, get something that's covering them biddies.
Everything about you. Give me that shirt. And give me all the shirts that look like it. Hurry up. And my father sees half my wardrobes, half my life,
Yeah, because
but that's his job.
that's his job to
Yes.
protect you from you.
And so, to me, there's a small part of me that feels like it was also my mother's job to buy those items too, because she's like, we're not going to sneak this, right? And a woman's body is beautiful, right? And if you don't play around with the cutesy stuff to a certain extent when you're younger, you kind of do too much when you're older. Just in a lot of people's situation. And so from my mother's background, what she had seen, she was like, no, whatever my girls want, to a certain extent, we'll entertain it. And whatever my dad don't, whatever your father don't approve of, you'll find out. Because they lived in the same household.
Yes, he will find out.
Right?
Yes.
But the difference nowadays, the very idea if I didn't live with my dad or my father had no presence there, then what would have happened?
See, that's why he has to stay connected. That's why the parents have to connect. You may not like each other. You may not even like the situation, but you're working as a team.
Yes, absolutely.
To make sure that you are fulfilling all the holes that's necessary to fill. Because your mom is going to allow you to express yourself.
A little bit different than your father. Because through my eyes, I see the world a little bit different than.
Yes, because I'm looking at you as it's one thing. I'm looking at you as a 5, 6, 7 year old.
Mhm.
Okay, but now you're about to 12, 11, 12, 13.
Mhm.
You're about to grow.
You know who else is looking at her. See,
Yes.
to me, I'm just looking at my daughter like, oh, she coming of age, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. But to you, you're like, oh no,
Oh hell
all
no.
these nasty men over here gonna
Mm-hmm.
be looking and gawking at my daughter.
Because again, we're not gonna look at your face and say, "Oh, she's a little
Mhm.
girl." We're
Mhm.
gonna look at you from the bottom up, and
Mhm.
then a lot from the bottom up, you may say, "Oh man, she," whew. And then you look at face, "Oh god damn, she's young." But that's what they look at. They're gonna look
Got
at
it.
you. They ain't gonna look at your face. They're not gonna. Oh, she's pretty good. And look down, or you look at your
Mhm.
face. They're not gonna look unless they're perv. But
Mhm.
most of them look at your face. Oh, she's young. Keep
Mhm.
moving. But I don't even want that to even happen because you
Yeah.
put those kind of clothes on. I know they're gonna look at you and say you're a nice person, you're a smart person. They're gonna look at you and say, damn, she looking good in them jeans or good in them shorts or whatever. You know, here's an example. Growing up, men would put their girls in their legs up until a certain age. The girls will come to the father and they'll play, the tackle and they'll be on their lap and all that stuff until I would say about 12.
Okay.
Because at 12, to them, it's like, I can't put you getting too old to sit on my
Mhm.
lap.
Mhm.
Um, and there's certainly in your head that you just that wouldn't happen because again, you're reaching that point, you're starting to be at another level. Puberty about to kick in. So back then, it was just kind of like, oh wow, okay, I can't do that. Your boys, you still hug them and all that stuff, but it's just certain things you had you wouldn't do. Nowadays, don't know if you're single dad, but those things you have to teach. Like, okay, make sure that you ain't just running on somebody and sitting on somebody's lap. Make sure you ain't just going and just hugging any old your uncle such and such. You should be sitting on at 14. You should be sitting on your uncle lap.
Shouldn't be sitting on nobody's lap. I think that's just across the board. Like, why would my 14-year-old daughter be sitting on anybody's lap?
Yes, but
Anybody's lap.
that's
Like,
true.
what?
No, no, you shouldn't
No.
be sitting on
Because if
anyone.
a 14-year-old girl is sitting on somebody's lap, they jaw like bund up. I don't care how old that man is. I'm just put it out there. Like, let's keep it all the way real and 100. Like, she's kind of leaned to the side a little bit. Like, the sitting on the lap is different than sitting on Santa Claus's lap now that there's a 14. Like, 14, like, you're kind of developed a lot. For a
Oh
lot of,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want to say y'all, I want to say us.
yes.
For a lot of us, we were very developed at even 14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
again, you go to family unions and stuff. You got you got the uncles.
Yeah.
Girl, you
Yeah.
look like your mama.
Luncheon.
Like, girl,
Yeah.
turn around. Let me look at you. God
Like,
damn, girl. Woo, look like your mama. You grown. You gonna be a big 'em. Now,
they
why
only
the
gonna say
hell?
it to certain girls though,
Oh,
because
that's
certain
true.
girls' daddy been came for
And
you,
bust him in his
and you
chest.
already know
Bust him in his
who
goddamn chest.
children you messing with and whose kids you not messing with. Yeah,
Yes.
not Doug's daughters. I'm just
You're gonna get choked up.
yeah, you
So
will.
those are things you have to teach your daughter because again, I don't know how she's living with her mom,
Mhm.
but as a male, there's certain things I have to. Even if I got 2 days, if I got I got to take a day and just sit down and we eat and we talk and
Yeah.
you have to talk to her. That's the other thing. You have to be comfortable with your child to have a conversation with them because a lot of times they may just want to come in and have a conversation with you. Sometimes like mama always in my ear like this all the goddamn time. Your daddy and you're like, listen, your mama has to do that and we want what's best for you. The other thing you gotta watch out for is they may come and tell you some things that's going on in your house that they don't like. And when you tell you that, you may not like it either. So now as a father, you gotta say, she done told me she don't like it. So if I talk to her mama gonna say, why the hell are on my business? I'm like, well, your daughter or son didn't like it. So I'm just telling you, they told me. But I don't want that now to become a hindrance because now if I say something to the mother, now the baby goes
Now
back home and then she got to catch up. Now the
Yeah,
kid
'cause
don't want to talk to you.
yeah, 'cause now the mom gonna sit her down, him or her down, and say, "Let me tell you something right now. Okay, what goes on in my house is my business. Don't you dare go and tell your daddy."
Yep.
And you'll be like, I was on the phone one day and somebody was telling their daughter that. And I was like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. That's abusive. Okay, what are you doing? It was
Exactly.
like, my business is not that man's business. And like, really?
But then if something happens and he or she comes back and tell you, well, this happened over there. You're on that phone calling that.
Cause that's my business.
But that, what
Nah,
you just
my
said,
baby over there.
see,
Nah,
see, but see,
nah,
you can't have
nah,
it both ways.
nah.
See,
God, that's that double standard.
see, see, that's that problem. See, and that's why you have to have clear lines of demarcation of there's certain things. Like, here's an example. Let's say that Mama smoke weed, I don't smoke weed,
Okay.
and she comes or he or she comes to my house and say, you know what, Dad, Mama smoke a lot of weed.
And he keep making them cough.
Mm-hmm.
Lies,
It
lies,
messed my asthma
lies,
up. You know, my
lies.
asthma up,
Don't call
and
my
then I'm
house
getting
talking about.
contact high. I'm waking up eating Fritos at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your mom always smoking weed. She smoke weed. When I wake up, she smoking weed. When I go to sleep, she smoking weed. I think smoke weed at work, but the house is there's a haze in the house all goddamn day, just high. I'm tired of mama smoking weed all the goddamn time. That's why I come to your house for 2 days so I can get some air. See?
Can you imagine? How old would this child be?
Let's say a child's like
7. This is a 7-year-old female child. I just want y'all to know this could only be this could only be a female child who is between the ages of 7 to 8 years old. Okay, because that sounds like a girl. I come to your house to breathe, Daddy, just for the weekend. I had to get me some fresh air because Mom
smoking weed all the
every morning I'm coughing. Like, girl, if you don't go somewhere,
girl, and I'm hot. Because now I'm hot.
Because normally children, see, the problem nowadays with the children is that they don't mind their business.
Very true.
Remember, it used to be like adult business and children business. The kids just in everybody business nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
But you allow that to happen. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you allow
that to happen.
Because if that's the case, I'm mad because why the hell are you smoking weed around a kid?
Yeah, how do the child even know?
Take that shit outside. Sit in your car, hot box. Do something.
Do
but don't come in the house. You said, what's that smell? Outdoors.
Kid out there coughing. Move. Go someplace else. That's crazy.
Yes. So now I got a problem. Because now you smoking weed around.
That's my problem. That's in my house.
But you ain't in my problem.
What's going on in my house?
Yes, because now my kid high, eyes all red, munchies, coming in and talking about, Daddy, you got some chips? What? I just fed you. I'm still hungry. Daddy, I'm still hungry. Mama smoking that stuff. She was smoking that in trees, that weed and ill She was doing all that stuff. I'm mad as fuck, y'all, because now I'm having a conversation I should not have. And your ass ain't doing your motherly duties by even handling your business. If you're gonna get high outside. Now I gotta explain to her. Now I have to have a conversation. And now I'm in your business. Because my kid that came in smelling like, the clothes smell like weed.
Wow.
Clothes smell. Cop report me 2 times. Talking about.
She went too far.
Too damn far. I picked the kid up like, damn, I smell weed. Get pulled
but you know
times.
She's like all natural though. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
She's like a herbalist.
Yeah, she a herbalist. She a weed head. So, and again, I don't care if you do that on your own time. Just don't do it for my baby. So now I got to tell her because what's going to happen is she's going to think that's normal. Oh, mama get high all the time. So when she goes to somebody else's house, oh, mama get high, I can get high. No, I want her to make that decision that because mama's smoking weed, that it's okay. Because you're not going to smoke weed here. Now, I may smoke weed, but you'll never smell it. I make sure that if you're coming on Saturday, I'm smoking from Sunday to Thursday. Come and let Friday the air out, open the doors and all that stuff.
Air outside.
Yeah, so when she comes in, it smells fresh. Like
Mom can't do that. Mom said she can't do that because she has her for all those days. So she has to just live in her truth. That's why a lot of them just date, with their kids.
Well, see, and this is why you have to have some sort of agreement. Whatever you're doing. Again, I smoke weed. I know you smoke weed. Do you not smoke weed till after? Because we both smoke weed. Do you smoke after the fact?
You just said she was a weed head. Now she put parameters when she's
smoking. I have to. Because
it's not
now,
gonna work.
okay, when we're together, we could smoke as much weed as possible. We could pass out, have a bag of weed, wake up, puff that other bag, and go back to sleep again. It's just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
But now you put a third kid
in the middle.
Yeah.
Now you gotta have some bit of.
You got to have some clear lines demarcation. I mean, the dog. If you have a dog high, dog eating all the goddamn time. See the dog can't walk, stomach touching the ground. Why the hell is the dog so fat? I don't need to just eat a lot. No, dog high.
Dog been had the munchies.
Dog got the goddamn munchies. So you got to be clear on that. So I'm going to teach her certain things that you're just not going to be able to teach her. and I have to stay out of my feelings. That's the other thing. As a father, you say I'm here to make sure that I'm giving her the best advice possible, because I want her, no matter what, to know that you can come to dad. Dad is going to take care of
I
you.
think
Dad is going to
I
give you
think that
advice.
statement you just made is very key when speaking about the roles that fathers play, is how they stay out of their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When the male goes to advise you about, anything along the route of life, they can kind of detach themselves
Mm-hmm.
from the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the woman kind of puts herself in, she feels your pain, like
Yes.
you hurt, I hurt. And
Yes.
you be like, Ma, this is my situation. How are you going through it? Whereas the father's like, listen, I don't know what you're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
I could never relate to that. I didn't go through that myself. But
No.
I can tell you for sure what you won't do and what you shouldn't do, or what you should,
That's all you can do.
yeah, it's a very different approach even to advice, because of how we just process the emotions different,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's a really key point.
it's key. And, if you have a boy, that's even different, even more different, because now you want him to grow up, give him what he needs to be a man.
Yeah.
He may not understand it, but you at least want to give him a foundation. The problem today is a lot of young men, a lot of kids in general, don't have that foundation. Because the parents aren't, I'm gonna say this, not mature enough
Mm-hmm.
to take their emotions out of it and just deal with the situation, deal with the kids. But because now
Well,
it bring up the old emotion. It didn't work out, and you stuck with her. I mean, if you just deal with the kid is one thing, and growing up, you used to hear people all the time like, God damn, I wish I could just, if I don't have to deal with her, I don't want to really deal with her. I know situations growing up where people meet everybody meet in a damn grocery store, like outside. Car pulls up, and like there's two people in different parents and other people, and they exchange the kids because the parents hate each other so much they don't even want to talk to each other.
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
And it's
Okay.
like, God damn. And
Yeah.
it's like you watch it, it's
Well,
like,
no, it's
oh,
a very emotional situation when it don't work out, especially for the woman.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
First of all, you kind of feel used and like
Why I got to go through all
exposed.
this?
Yeah, and then we doing too much. You don't want to give up any money. No, the woman is hurt, and
But
you want her to detach herself from the. I do understand. But the thing that kills me is how long it takes for you to because sometimes the children will age out. You'll be
yes,
holding on to those hurt emotions about the dead, and the child is going off away to college, and you're
yep,
still talking about he ain't coming in this house. We
yes.
ain't inviting him out to the Olive Garden for this is a public restaurant. He can't come to that.
Nope,
I
can't be.
mean,
And
y'all
everybody
didn't want
says
to do
this.
y'all like just nothing. Yeah, it's
They want you
bizarre
totally removed because you still
because you're
to
so hurt.
you hurt 18 years, 21 years,
Mm-hmm.
wherever. If you go to college, you still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That
You
means
gave
you are
somebody
stuck
some
there.
power for like, damn, 21 years. Somebody had that amount of power over you.
And think about it. A
That's
lot of
hurt.
women don't even get remarried. They may
Yeah,
have friends, but they don't get remarried. If they said they
because
were,
you never get vulnerable that much. Like,
nope. But the guy could have multiple kids, move on and
mm-hmm,
see multiple people.
mm-hmm,
And to him, he moves by, hey, he was mad at, hey, I got a kid by this one.
yeah.
But he pretty much
A
detached
lot of
himself.
them kind of, yeah, detach themselves from the whole situation and kind of just move on. That's
Exactly.
that emotional detachment that y'all are so capable of.
And you know
Yeah, it
what?
comes very easy
It
to a lot of
does.
men.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. We aren't taught to deal with emotion. We're just not. Suck it up. You go fall off a bike, scrape your damn knee up from the top tip of your toe up there to the middle of your thigh and bleed.
Yeah.
Suck it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
What you crying for?
Uh-huh.
Go put a little Macara cone on there, put some eye down, and you be all right. And you sit there, I don't scrape all the meat off my leg,
Yeah.
and I hurt like hell.
Yeah.
But they telling me, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because you're in the middle of a game or something and you're going to embarrass the dads.
You
The dads
get
be
the hell up.
mad if you
I ain't
get
raised
injured.
back in the day. I ain't raised no sissy. And again, that in your head is like, well, I ain't supposed to feel no emotion. I'm supposed
Yeah.
pain. I'm supposed to let that go.
The
With
kids
everything.
told me that their leg could be on the other side of the soccer field and the dads would be yelling out, "Don't cry, you fine. Get up. Walk it off. Walk They said
Yep.
their leg would be detached and dad would be screaming out, "You fine? Walk it off."
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
missing a leg, Dad.
Doesn't matter. You come little sucker out here, make my well, I'm raising a
Yeah,
little
you make
girl.
him look
No,
bad.
they make me
Making
look
them look
bad out
bad.
here,
Yeah.
and that has been a detriment to not just our society, just society in general. Because men not dealing with emotion, they hide it. So what happens is you got addictions,
Okay.
alcohol, drugs, anger, violent tendencies, because it has to manifest itself in another way.
Okay.
You just can't
'Cause it's
hold it
there.
in. It's there.
Yeah.
And you don't have a chance to release it like, man, don't cry. Okay. But then you end up with a heart attack. Then the stress starts to eat at you. Then you start to suffer physically and health wise.
You don't cry. You like fight or do something violent. You get drunk and you rage out or something like that.
Exactly. And then you raise your kid, if you're raised that way, oh, mama, nah. But men don't do that. Men don't do that. And so now the kid's like, I can't come with any emotional stuff with my kid, my dad, because he gonna call me a sucker. You soft with a capital T.
Yeah.
As a kid, as a young boy, you want to hear that. You want to be like, if your role model is telling you that you're soft, I can't be soft. So now your emotions get pushed down. So you start to act differently, and that carries on when you move forward in life, get older in life, and that's what happens in relationships. So you may like this young lady, you may care a lot about her, but I can't get emotional about it, because that's gonna show me soft. I don't want to be no sucker.
It's gonna show the weakness.
So now, she hurts you. Believe it or not, a lot of guys are hurt when a woman hurts. When a woman hurts a man, that dude is hurt,
What do you mean, believe it or not? Oh, we know.
and we hurt.
Probably every last one of them over the age of 24 is broken, hurt. You got hurt once when you was 16. I ain't never gonna love again. What?
Because
What are you doing?
we weren't taught to deal with the emotion. That's the part. Your mama
I
can
ain't
deal with
broke
the
your
emotion
heart
with
at
you.
14 and you talking about something. Nah, I ain't gonna have no more girlfriends. What are you talking about, sir? That was how many years ago?
And
Please
that's
love
but that's not knowing how to deal with the emotion.
again.
But the thing is, we think we can just learn to get around it. You don't learn to get around it. You have to learn to deal with it. Because if
I
you
just
deal with
learned
it,
another woman. A lot of them, they just move on.
and what happens is they keep making the same mistakes. Probably know guys, like I know some guys who keep getting the same type of woman, and they keep saying, why it don't work out? But then from afar, see it's the same chick that you dated 20 years ago.
Yeah, the one that broke your heart 20 years ago. You kept finding her over and over and over, and over again.
And over.
Yeah.
And then mess around, have a baby by her.
No, you had baby by a few of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you got to
They're
deal
all
with
the
that.
same girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Different
most
faces,
people
same.
only date the same type of person.
And I don't even understand it. If you know that type of person brings distress in your life, pain in your life, anger in your life,
No, there's some bit of pleasure.
but is it worth
There's
it?
some bit of pleasure. I don't know, but there's got to be pleasure present. You
Damn.
don't attract that same type of person. See, we see all that you're speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
Behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
There's that twinkle in their eyes. There's some bit of pleasure there.
Wow.
Has to be.
But at
Has
some
to
point, wouldn't you want to grow past
be.
that?
Yeah.
So you just accept?
Just a little bit of pleasure as
God
opposed to a thriving
damn.
lifestyle. Absolutely.
Wow. That means you got some work to do. And here's the other thing. This could be a controversial, very
Let's go with
controversial
it.
situation. People want, I'm going to say this to y'all. There's more than just church. You need therapy. So you just can't pray on this shit and then, oh, Lord, it's going to get better. It ain't. You're going to stay fucked up until you realize that you have to do the work. You can't just pray that shit upon a star and wish that the man from above, a woman from above, touch upon your soul and tell you what the right thing shit is. Lay your goofy ass on the couch with somebody and talk that shit out. Lord, help those who help themselves. Help your goddamn self. I had to say that because so many goddamn people talk about, I prayed, I left on the altar and all that shit.
He just meant y'all got to do the work. That's all. That's
Stop goddamn praying to every goddamn body and do the goddamn work. Because I keep hearing people, I prayed on it and and it's still the same. Motherfucker, you got to do more than just pray on it.
It's like before you read the Bible, you're supposed to pray for clear mind and to read it right with
Yes.
clarity, right?
Yes.
You still got to do the work. You still got to
Yes.
read the information there in order to know it. Yeah. Other words,
Yes.
you pray, absolutely. Pray for strength, but still do the work.
And that's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to do the work. And what we talk about with men raising the kids, it's all about doing that work.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these guys, a lot of guys, I may be another controversial thing. A lot of guys don't like going to church. You get forced to church. When you're little, they drag your ass out every Sunday,
Or you
sitting
was
in there.
sent there. Mom
Yes.
went to work and she told you, you and your brothers, y'all clothes right there. Y'all put them clothes on and you walk to church.
And you go to church, so you Sunday school,
Mm-hmm.
Bible school, after school, all the other school
Uh-huh.
related to
Oh
Bible.
no.
And over time, when you get older, you're like, I ain't trying to do that. It's just a lot. Because to me, growing up is like, okay, but you're saying the same old thing. But yet, problem is, you see people come to church every Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
but yet you see them on weekends and stuff, act like anybody else.
Yeah.
I know one time, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all some secrets. One time I was in a club and I was doing something. Oh, I was smacking ass. So I was in the club slapping ass, and damn if I wouldn't look
I
over
don't
there
even
and
know what that means. I'm gonna just leave it right there. Damn that. You ain't gonna involve me in that.
I was in there slapping ass, and I looked over and damn if I didn't see a deacon at the church,
Okay.
and he was over there slapping ass. I was thinking,
human?
is that Deacon?
You
No,
like ass?
I'm gonna use Deacon Brown. Deacon Brown over slapping ass. I said, oh shoot. So then he glanced over at me. I glanced over at him. I threw him a head. He threw a head.
Yeah.
And and this
Lord,
particular
nah.
Sunday was Easter Sunday. So I knew I
Now
couldn't be in
that's
the club for
sad.
so
Now
long.
that's
I
sad.
had to roll out about 4 because I know it's 6 o'clock going to Easter service. So I had to leave at 4. Kind of get down the road. I just slap your ass. All right, girl. Man, Hail Mary to you, full of grace. And then I had to do the road, get changed up, get the smoke smell off me,
Yeah.
get the liquor off me,
Yeah.
sitting in church. And goddamn, who's sitting in church with me?
Deacon Brown.
Deacon Brown.
All right now.
Deacon Brown was in there, had the Bible in his hand,
And
talking
he said
about
they
Lord.
was there for
Listen,
that sunrise service. Good morning.
good morning. Hello. We
Yeah.
sure was. We walked to church. He looked at me. Threw my head up. There's no need for me to know.
Little head
I
nod.
knew he knew. The Lord knew. There's no need for that. But he was in there. He was preaching the word.
Yeah, and you was receiving the word.
I was receiving the word too.
Wow.
And yeah, he was the word and the money. The word and the money. Because I walked to him, dapped him up, smelled him real good. I said, damn. I said, did you take a shower? He said, didn't have time. He changed his gear. Gear was in the car.
Yeah, he ain't had time now.
Didn't have time.
Yeah.
But he was putting hands on everybody, it's
Yeah.
Easter Sunday and
Yeah,
everything.
Little blessing, yeah.
Yeah,
They
so-
appreciate it still, either way.
Yeah. So again, you have to do the work yourself because again, those same dudes up there doing that, they're
They're
men.
imperfect.
We are imperfect people.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that
your
means
journey is a personal journey.
it's personal. It's not up to your mama or anybody else. You want to always be a better person.
Right.
So as a male, you want to strive to be better. Again, people who, like I said before in one of the earlier podcasts, your parents raised you the best way they could based on where they came from. And was some things great? Yeah. Was some things really bad? Yeah. So it was up to you at that
They
point.
sucked at some things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to say, okay, I'm not going to push this forward. So that also means you have to make decisions before you have kids. Again, this is a decision. Like, do I want to get tied up with this person? You know the dude is messed up when you first met him.
You do
know.
have to sit back and say, I know a lot of things about this joker at this point. Do
Yes.
I really want to do this for a lifetime? Like, really? Is this really about to be my life for a lifetime?
Really.
Uh-huh.
And we know because for us, it's kind of like we're in it for the fun and games. You good girl, you're a nice lady, all that. And we're going to learn to get to that point, but it's going to take steps. Now, the moment you have a baby, it changes everything. Now I'm like, oh, and like I said before, it changes things. And if I'm not grown enough or I haven't done the work to say, let me be mature enough to say this may not work out and I have to raise this child, help raise this child because you're a team, you're a foundation. She's going to be dating other people. I'm going to be dating other people. I need to get my feelings around that. I'm cool with that because I can't tell her to stop doing what she's doing because I'm doing the same thing too. So you have to be grown enough to say, make the changes and do what you need to do because I have to be the best version of myself for my child.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
And it's unfortunate, and that's why we what we're seeing in today's society is the worst version of parenting. because a lot of them, you
Hmm.
think about it, you got a
Mhm.
lot of women who are basically head in the household. They
Mhm.
got to work 2, 3 jobs
Mhm.
just to keep the roof over their head. The child support may be so small that that's barely even keep gas in the car.
I mean, some of the men perhaps think that the child support is so large that that's what's allowing them to maintain a single woman lifestyle. With your child support, um, more than one child,
Mm.
and a full time job as a mom, a full time job as a woman,
Yeah, but
you
see,
probably earn a decent amount of money to where you actually don't quite don't. What's the new thing going around to where the woman doesn't need a man?
yeah, which is also that whole the
Yeah,
independence
so
thing. I
that's
don't
why
need.
you see the woman who maintains the head of the household as opposed to at some point relinquishing that head of household back to a man.
Mm-hmm.
Because technically your job inside of a home as a woman, it's never to be the head of the household.
No.
Like if your man goes down for a little bit and you have to step into that arena and kind of feel, a few things that he did while he's down, then absolutely that's your role.
Mm-hmm.
But for a woman to have the kind of the weight on her shoulders for a lifetime is unnatural.
Yeah.
And not to say we break, because we do break, but not in the way that most people would, associate with the breaking point, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still hold very strong, but you become very, I want to say like leather like,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just conditioned and very thick skin,
Mm-hmm.
hard to become vulnerable again, hard to take off that boss ish mentality. That's the
Mm-hmm.
broken point when you
Yes.
can't kind of take it off.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
true. Because that's you have to, because to them, I have to be everything.
Yeah.
I have to be everything to everybody
I had
and
to be
nothing
the
to myself.
protector. I had to be the provider. I had to be, yeah. And if you wear that for too long, because you're not supposed to, but you
No,
know that you will not fail for this child's sake.
you can't,
Yeah,
because
you cannot.
you know you can't depend on the other person, which again goes back to responsibility.
Hmm.
You, as a father, you should say, I'm responsible no matter what. I don't care what's going on. I have to be there. I have to be there for the good, the bad, and the ugly, because it's my job to put in my essence into this
Hmm.
child also.
Absolutely. And that
Um,
is that is deep right there. Um, when I had my son was young, right? Just one. He would
mhm,
bop from grandparent to grandparent, and then back to grandparent, back to the grandparent. And when I say grandparent to grandparent, I mean maternal, and then the dad's parents.
mhm.
And I'd be like, because after a while they're gonna have the essence of the grandparents as opposed to, because again, the
Yep.
father's role inside that household, he works a lot. And so
Mhm.
you're not really catching the essence of dad too much because he's at work and you're at the grandparents' house.
Yep.
And then even mine,
Mhm.
because he's gone so much.
Mhm.
And so you do kind of have to take a step back and say, hold on, I need to be pouring the most
Mhm.
into this child so that this child is truly reflective of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to take that time. You have to. It's a sacrifice. People don't understand that. You have
Okay.
to sacrifice some of yourself
A lot of yourself.
to do this,
Yes.
and that means if you don't don't date selfish dudes and don't date selfish women,
Yeah.
and I say that because when you start seeing that's that person,
Mhm.
and you think, oh, I could change it. No, that's that person.
Mhm.
And then you have a baby, oh, you can forget it. Because right
Mhm.
now, it's always going to be about them.
Yeah.
And to them, it's like, well, why? They're going to look in your pockets. Well, I give you this much. Why you need anything from me? Because I give you enough to such. But he don't understand what it takes to run your house.
That's the pointer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You trying to count what happens here.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, count your own. Because,
There you
like you
go.
said, you don't know what it takes to run another person's household.
Nope. Sure don't.
Absolutely.
And we make that
Absolutely.
mistake all the time. And who suffers?
The
The kids
child,
suffer. I don't
left
know
and
why
right.
the hell nobody seems to forget that. It's like y'all in your emotions, y'all in your
Mm-hmm.
feelings, y'all in all that bullshit. Ultimately, when you have a kid, you have to make sure that you put that shit aside. Ego goes aside, and you make sure that y'all do what's best for the kids, however many you have, because it's your responsibility. It's not the world's responsibility, not your grandparents' responsibility. Figure that shit out.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to, read what you should have, or
Mhm.
you like what he should have. Well, listen, that kid should be able to come to both places and be able to do what he wants to do. Be able to, for instance, you may not have cable in your house, but
Mhm.
I got cable in my house.
Mhm.
But then I'm like, well, how does this kid get this work done if you don't have any cable, no internet, no nothing? Well, you're like, I can't afford it. Now, as a parent, you're like, you know, do I talk to her about not having that stuff in her house? But then I'm like, you know what? If the kid has to come here and spend more time to get stuff done, come here and get stuff done because I'm supposed to help you. I'm supposed to help the baby, and by
Mhm.
helping the baby helps you. Even though we ain't going together, even though
Mhm.
we ain't got a relationship, but
Mhm.
we got this baby here together, and it's our job to take care of it. It's not just, oh, she ain't, well, I don't know what to do when you go back to your mom. I don't know what, I don't want to tell you. But you have to work together. Then you'll grow out and have a healthier kid. So to me, it's about you have to know, well, first of all, you have to know yourself. Know what weaknesses you have, things emotional. Where are you?
I think that for a lot of people, you walk into a relationship thinking that you know yourself, and then a breakup brings something out of you that you just weren't familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
You'll start off signing your kids up for Pee Wee softball, and he'll
Mm-hmm.
be doing a Monday night, and then you got him Wednesday night, and then
Yep.
y'all will be co-parenting, like y'all got this, like yin and yang, and then as soon as y'all split up, don't nobody know. "Oh, I can't pick him up on Thursday nights. You know that."
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, neither one of y'all got time.
No, because now my life has changed now because
Mhm.
we ain't together now.
Yeah.
So you figure it out, and
Yeah.
then I'll figure it out.
Then
And
I
then
figured out on my weekends.
but in
You
the
got your
end,
kid on the weekends,
on the weekend,
so you don't got them for after school activities. I don't get it. I don't get
exactly.
it.
But
Where is this parenting? Like when like how much parenting is enough parenting? Because last
you'll
time I checked, my father picked up the phone whenever he wanted to. Hello,
yes,
Tamara, what's going on? What you ain't doing? What your grades looking
it
like
never
whatever.
stops.
Yeah, you
It
always
never
kind
stops.
of
That's
put
the other
yourself
thing.
in their life.
People keep thinking like, oh, once you get over 18, well, I'm good. No, it don't
Oh
end at
no, I need you
18
more.
because
I
now
needed
you
you
enter a
more.
range of life that you're not familiar with.
It can be very dangerous too.
Very
Especially that,
dangerous.
what is it, 18 to 22?
Oh,
Yeah.
very dangerous because now you got influences that will pop in, and if your parents raised you decently enough, you would know how to make 95% of your decisions, right decisions, correct decisions.
Or
Because
you'll at least know how to reference someone
mm-hmm,
when you're uncertain in a decision.
there you go, and that's why you have to build that relationship with both parents.
Mhm.
So because these little people grow up, and if you don't put the work in them,
Mhm.
why do you think they're gonna come to you after 18? You ain't do it from
Yeah.
0 to
Or what
17.
makes you think you can approach them at that
Oh
age?
no, they're gonna tell you quick. At
Yeah,
that
like
point, they're grown,
I
and then your
don't
feelings
even
hurt.
know
Well, I
them.
can't believe I did the best I can. No, you didn't.
Yeah, Dad come talking to me about drinking, and like, me and Dad don't talk about drinking.
I
Like
ain't talked to you
what?
about nothing. You ain't
Yeah.
fact. You barely bought me clothes. You barely did anything
Mhm.
with me, and they ain't gonna talk to you about drinking. And man, you better get the hell up out of here. And then
Mhm.
his feelings hurt. I
Mhm.
can't believe it. Her feelings are hurt. Yeah, but you didn't foster that relationship. So here's what we are, player.
Yeah.
So again, be better, goddamn parents. Be better fathers. Be better mothers. Just be better people.
So what happens when the guy's life is made hard? Meaning you have parented your child, you did a good job, the relationship with you and the, let's say the wife, or the, maybe I didn't get married, the girlfriend goes foul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something between y'all didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps she cheated, perhaps you cheated, perhaps y'all both cheated, but either way, y'all both decided to go y'all separate ways very mutually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in most situations, the woman has the child naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, in a marriage, y'all break up, go separate ways, the mom keeps the child. There's normally not a custody agreement in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of see your kids whenever you want to see your kids, sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. But what happens while the mother's raising her children? She starts to put lies into the child's head. kind of
Oh.
turning the dynamic away from the dad, who was once a present father,
Mm-hmm.
a very present father, but naturally, slowly but surely, he will become distant because he's trying to reroot himself, right? The
Mm-hmm.
woman was left in a very rooted situation, and yes, she's rebuilding herself,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not seeking a home.
Mm-hmm.
She's not seeking a new place to set up.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that are still steady to the woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the
Mm-hmm.
man tends to kind of get a little more distant from the child because naturally the relationship had always been distant, right? We spoke about
Exactly.
that earlier. Um, but what happens when the woman puts like just blatant falsities?
See, and that means she has to deal with her pain because what she's basically doing is reflecting on what didn't work out with them,
Mhm.
and basically, either consciously or subconsciously, want that pain, someone else to take on that pain,
Mhm.
but still dealing with it and move and putting it back in the back. You want the kid because think of it, the kid reminds you of the relationship. Every day you wake up and look at that
Yes.
kid, it reminds you of the relationship. And that's
Yes.
what a lot of women don't I don't they don't say it, but
Mhm.
it's the truth. You
Mhm.
see that person, the relationship went bad, you still see a part of that person in this child.
Mhm.
So if you lash out the kid or you try to turn the kid, it's because you want that person to feel the pain that you're feeling,
You do. Yeah.
and it's not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for the woman because again, you're not putting that in this proper perspective and saying it was a decision, it happened. Let's move forward. Let's move on. Let's carry my life forward, rather than I got this baby that's gonna constantly remind me of a bad relationship and everything went wrong with it, and I'm gonna turn her against it. I want everybody to hate him. I hate
Mhm.
him, so I need her to hate him too. I need her to hate herself
Mhm.
because I hate who part of her is, who she is. That's some serious mental
I mean, it happens.
all the time.
It happens.
Yep.
A lot of times I see the men will they get exhausted by the situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for some of the men, I didn't even know exhaustion could be met for them.
Mental because again, we
Yeah,
don't we
because
don't speak it.
you all
It's
are
here.
those physical workhorses.
Hmm?
So for someone to see the males reach a point of exhaustion,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to respond to it because you're such a superhero, right? And it could
Yeah.
be a friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a brother. Any male who you like feel like you know them,
Mm-hmm.
you know their work ethic, you know the type of guy they are. Guys like girls, right? And
Yeah.
so you can always believe that, perhaps you played a certain type of role inside of your relationship that
Mm-hmm.
perhaps I'm not necessarily aware of. But as far as who you are as a man and the dynamics that you had between you and your child,
Mm-hmm.
that was at least what we would assume was solid. And then to see you reach a point of exhaustion,
Do you
it
know
messes like a good girl, it messes your mindset up because you're
it
like,
does? It does.
what just
Mm-hmm.
what just happened? Like, so you're not allowed to just split? Like, y'all two can't go y'all separate ways and like,
It gets ugly.
why your sons don't want to call you no more? What's,
It gets so bad. There's people today who are walking around who are really grown children. They're not grown men or women. They're
mm-hmm,
grown children
mm-hmm,
because emotionally they haven't come to grips with different things or push it away or use different things to not get in your head because it's better to push it back than to really deal with it because you have to deal with something that you as a kid can't answer because you're a kid. You're just like, hey, I just want somebody to take care of me, feed my mind, feed my body,
mm-hmm,
feed my soul.
mm-hmm.
But then y'all two can't even have a real conversation without cussing each other out. So now I'm the guy and the person in the middle because she mad because I look like him. He mad because she want more money or whatever
Mm-hmm.
he's going through. But no one steps back and say, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we really doing? We have to look at what's best. We have to be mature. Let's grow up. This put this shit on the side and work a plan. Whatever the plan is, you have to work a plan. And that's the thing. Do a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
but it's something workable. We can change it. We can do some things. So at least you're not putting it all on one. And
Right.
the baby will also grow up and see that hey, if something doesn't work, I had two functional parents, two functional human beings, two functional
That's too
adults.
much like right. Yeah.
And then when you
Like,
get together, or when the kid goes, I wonder where that kid learned that from. Your goofy
you.
ass. You
Yeah.
taught them how to
Yeah.
quickly get out of a
So
situation.
now
And
they miserable. Next generation.
you're gonna pass that curse to the next
Mm-hmm.
goddamn generation
Mm-hmm.
because you weren't grown enough. You
Mm-hmm.
refused. Your little feelings got hurt, and now
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna drag that
And
shit
now
onto
you
the
the
next.
only grandparent that they relying on too. Look at that. Now
Mm,
you try to keep the kids away from him and his family. No, don't bring that
no,
nonsense.
no, no, and don't
I'm
do that.
just saying, because when you want to cut the man out of the kid's life,
Hmm.
you're not calling up his mama talking about, oh, hey, I wanted to go out this weekend. Can you watch? No, you trying to put all that burden off on your mother now.
Yep, you
And
sure
how
are.
long she gonna be watching them kids? She
That
gonna look at you real quick, real sideways,
real
even though she
crazy.
taught you that behavior.
Yep.
She instilled that behavior
Mm-hmm.
in you.
Yep.
Shit, ain't nobody trying to ride, especially in this day and age.
No.
Grandmas is hip. They're trying to kick it.
Yeah, they ain't trying to sit around and put
Uh-uh.
the moo on
Nope.
and
They not
feed.
raising your kids. They not teaching your
Nope.
children how to read. They not
Nope.
potty training. Well, remember grandparents used to potty train the kids?
Yes.
Well, used to
Yes.
teach them how to read. Now you got to
Tie their
sign them up.
shoes. All that
Yeah.
stuff.
Now
Yes.
you got to sign them up for early learning education.
Nope.
That used to be grandma's job.
Sure did. And she'll
And she used
slap
to
your
be a
damn
pro
hand
at it.
if you didn't. If you don't. I learned how to write so well because I got slapped on the hands a
You
few
got a
times.
lot of beatings. That's number one.
I was a badass little kid. The very cultured young man you see right here wasn't so cultured a long time ago. I used to be a goddamn hellion, goddamn it.
Man, oh man. Take
Yeah.
that. Like, ah! No. Yeah. To us, that's like if you put your hands in your hair while you're getting it done. That
Oh,
comb come across those knuckles. Yeah, that's as far as we got now.
yeah.
They ain't play with that.
But it's like, again, everybody they have to grow up, and again, start the day. It's never too late. Everybody, oh, I'm too old. No, the only time you're too old is when you're dead. When you're dead, it's over. It's finished. So up until that day happens, you can change anything you want to change. You just have to make that decision to make the necessary changes, and it's not going to be easy.
That's the other part. People want stuff to be easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted it to be easy, you should have started it and kept it right where you started at proper. Yeah, that's when it was easy. Yeah,
Nothing
it
is
was
easy.
easy when you was wooing that girl. That was the easy part, right?
Exactly.
It was easy when that child was an infant. That was, see, you missed all the easy
Yep,
opportunities.
you sure
Because
did.
for a lot of us, it is easy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, it's a walk in the park.
Mm.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Until kid grows up, situations changes financially,
Mm-hmm.
socially. Then you want to get it back out there in the world, and then, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
then you get into the whole point. You also want to date other people, and that's another thing. But that shouldn't even come into play. I don't care who you date,
Yeah.
as long as you take care of that
But you
baby.
do care. At least he cares.
Yeah, because now his
That's the
again,
weird part.
because emotionally you haven't grown up. You're still a
Mm-hmm.
boy. You're still a girl. And until that happens, a child. You are a broken child. You're a 45-year-old broken ass child.
Mm-hmm.
You should be shame your goddamn self.
Yeah.
Whining and crying and shit. Do better.
Yeah.
Do better. And then ask. If you need help, ask. Don't sit there and wallow in your own. If you're crazy and you wallow in your own mind, you're never gonna get an answer. Why? Because you're gonna keep. It's
Going
like
in a
a hamster on
circle.
the wheel. You're just going back and forth, round and round.
Advising yourself of nothing.
And
Yeah.
you got to say, hey, I need help. I need assistance. Ask somebody. Call somebody. See somebody. Whether it's a pastor, a priest, a neighborhood barber, or somebody. So at least somebody gives you another perspective. But you got to get out your head. Get that shit out your head. Because you're not making anybody happy. You're not making anybody happy. You ain't making yourself happy. And if you're not happy, everything around you going to be unhappy. And then you have to accept it like, well, I guess I need to do something. Or don't. It's up to you. It's your life.
Ben knew you needed to do something.
Ben.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I see a lot of guys who, on their weekends to receive kids, they like to immerse themselves in other households, meaning they go to their auntie's house, they go to their mom's house. They want to kind of find someone to help entertain the child.
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like fill up the home, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that?
If he realizes that he lacks the necessities
Mm-hmm.
necessary to raise a proper kid,
Mm-hmm.
yes, he should be going to somebody's house, but he has to be there. He just
Mm-hmm.
can't drop him off and say, "Oh, here's your nephew. Here you go. Here's your niece." No, he needs to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to see how they interact and what's going on.
God in the situation.
Yes, because again, you dropping them off, you gonna play basketball or go gaming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's not helping your
I don't,
relationship.
yeah, I can't say that I see them doing that, but definitely just kind of immersing themselves with more family than, sitting a child at home in their apartment by themselves. So, because again, it's a little bit weird to kind of just be at dad's home, it's just dad there,
Exactly.
for the weekend. He don't have
And
no girlfriend to play. I can't even paint her fingernails. I can't put eyeshadow on.
that's
Like, I don't
true.
want to be doing dad's toenails. They smell weird. Like,
That
come
is
on,
very
dad.
that's very goddamn true. And
Yeah.
so he has to have. That's where the village come in. You need to have someone who's got some sense. You
Yeah.
can't take your kid to
So
cousin
any
Day
old
Day and them
yeah.
shit because
They senseless.
yes,
Okay.
they're crazy. But
So be mindful.
you got to.
Yeah.
They'll be playing trap music. They putting extenders in guns. You're going
I'm done.
and,
Yeah, they do though. They
all
do
that.
all with your kids too.
Sipping
They
syrup
be
and
your
every goddamn
7-year-old
thing.
son. They be like, nah, let him hold it though. Let him hold it.
You gotta learn how to hold that shit. You gotta learn that shit.
on.
And make sure you put that clip on.
Yeah.
Put it on right.
Yeah.
No, you don't want that. You don't want them to run. You want to drive by and say, "That's your crazy ass daddy, cousin daddy, and them live right over there." As you drive by, and then you go to your mama house, your aunt house, and you be there with them, and you want to see how they interact because that gives that kid another dimension. So,
Absolutely.
you know what they work
And this
well
is
with.
family.
Yes, it's family.
Yes, this is family.
Don't take it to your girlfriend's house. Don't drop it off at your boy house.
Mm-hmm.
Take them to family so they can understand the relationships you have because that all helps them grow too.
Yes.
So you have to be cognizant of that. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be aware of what you're doing. You can't just do it just to do it. You have to be aware of what you're doing. Certain things you can't do around your kids. Certain you can't have as a guy. You can't have women coming in and out the house. Every time you come to daddy's house, there's another person in the house. After a while, you're like,
Just call them all Christina after a while.
yeah, it don't matter because you're gonna be here.
Like,
They all look alike, but the same.
Hey, Christina. Hey, Christina.
Yes.
I mean, if I was a girl and my dad had lots of women, random, I'd call them my mother name. I'd be a smart ass, something dumb. Hey, man, I'll call them my name.
Yeah, see,
That
because
messed all their head up.
see, and now he be like, Lance, you trying to be all in my world, trying to make my world look bad. I can't have that. Then you gonna probably have that conversation, but then that's really not conversation.
I
He
always like
should
the
be
challenge.
having.
See, I like the challenge.
See, and he should know that you, as a man, you don't want to have a bunch of women come in your house because then if she starts doing that, well, I saw that at your house, Daddy. Remember all the women you had in that your house?
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do. No, they look at
I
that.
do what I saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you now have to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do, you have to be aware. You have to do, how you dress, what you say, music you listen to, because that all influences these kids because that's what they soak up. They don't soak up what you think they soak up. Well, I told them this. You sit back and look at the time you don't smoke weed, but you always smoking weed. Or don't drink alcohol, but you're drinking alcohol.
I think it's also important to show the children that you're supposed to act different ways in different places and different spaces around different people.
If that person understands it. Do you know some people don't know how to become a chameleon? Some people, I want to be 100 all the time. You can't be 100.
Or you don't bite your lip ever.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
what? Get out. You don't
No.
bite my lip ever. Please leave.
You got to go.
Please
Because
leave. That's the phrase that kills. And it's always, I'm sorry. I got a sister like that, but still.
I keep it 100. I don't care where it is. If the pastor,
Right,
the pastor,
no.
I'm going to cuss his ass out.
Yeah,
No, you got
the
to cuss the
pastor.
pastor out. You ain't got to do that.
You don't gotta cuss the pastor.
Damn, don't cuss him out. He's
I
just
think
driving
it's so
by.
inappropriate. You do have to bite your lips some places. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm not talking around my homegirls how I'm talking around my grandmother.
No, I
Like,
know.
That's just too much.
And when you have people like that, you have to not be around people like that. And you got to bring your kids around people like that. And telling you, their older aunts and shit, talking about, "God, when I was young, I used to get real nasty out in these streets."
Done. Wow.
I got real nasty out
Yeah.
here. I drop it like it's hot before they could drop it like it's hot. Hey,
Yeah,
like you
those type of
75 years
people.
old.
You
I don't
know
want to see you got a
discretion.
bad knees. You got a goddamn hip replacement surgery, back replacement surgery. I want to hear how you dropped it like it's hot.
Yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
have that vision in my mind about that
Dentures
shit.
in your mouth and everything,
Yeah,
and you got us over
sideways and
here.
shit. I don't want to hear that. So no. Be careful when you take. Be careful who you take your kids to. Don't take to your trifling ass goddamn relatives. Show them like a zoo. Drive by, say, oh, trifling, have a little name tag. Trifling, and then point to them. And keep it moving. You ain't gonna stop by and see all that shit. Zoo. Cause you don't need to say that shit. I don't want to show no kids that bullshit. You're gonna see that shit in the streets. You're gonna see that in everyday life. I don't want to show that. And then all of a sudden, aren't they off the hook? Yes, you're off the hook. That's why I ain't inviting you to her
You
goofy ass
cannot
house.
hide the kids from the crazy
You
part. You
got
just
to
don't immerse
listen.
them with them for
Listen,
long.
they kids when they see that. Listen, when I was raising my son, I said, "You ain't gonna see none of these crazy ass people because they're crazy.
You ain't gonna see
They're
none
crazy.
of them.
They are like the zoo. You walk by the zoo and say, Niggers, economics. Oh, that's what they are. That's what they look like. See you over there? Yep. Because it's easy. Behind the cage, you throw them something, throw a 40-ounce at them, and there you go. And you let them fight for it. And he's like, that's how it look like. And you just walk on the way and find one of the other good ones. you find all the good ones. And y'all know y'all got them. Y'all got ignorant ass family members. You like right now looking at me like, cousin such and such, uncle such and such. But it's good for the kids to see them. So they know when they see it in their mind, oh, that's Negro economics. Okay. Move on. But
Yeah,
that's what you need to do.
but you don't. Okay, immerse them too heavily with the crazy folks. Naturally,
Yeah. You got
they
to.
don't want to be around kids no way. That's the other part.
No,
Yeah.
they do crazy stuff to make sure you ain't around the kids and
Yeah,
everything. And they
yeah.
always want to come on and give your aunt a hug.
Yeah.
She's like bacon grease and fart.
Uh-uh.
Oh no. Oh, so I can't do that. Can't do it. And so you gotta be careful. All this part of raising kids. You got
Careful the influencers.
no. You know they are. You know who they are. In fact,
Yeah.
you know who they are when you were little. You go, they're crazy when I was little. You just gotten crazier. You just older. You now at their age. You're like, God damn, they're still crazy.
You stayed away from them when you were a
Hell
child.
yeah.
And you know you did.
I know I did. I look around. Oh
Yeah,
shit, there's
but
such
I'm
and
not
such
going
over there.
to such and such house.
No,
I'd have
because
been
that's
on
bad
day.
habit.
Yeah.
When the 4-year-old is rolling up blunts, you don't want to take him over there. I mean, a good blunt runner. I'm a good blunt roller too.
Skills like
Skills.
immaculate at
Hey,
4.
Snoop gonna hire him in
I
about
know
another
people
10
still
years.
trying to learn. Wow.
They got down to a science. They can pull you a
And they-
drink and roll a joint.
Mm.
4.
Wow.
Don't know ABCs, but they can roll that joint.
I told you because Grandma used to teach them how to read. Grandma's is different nowadays.
Exactly.
Can't teach no ABCs.
None.
Man.
Unless you go to the ABC store
Wow.
down in North Carolina and pick up some liquor.
Wow.
That's about it.
Wow.
They look at,
Wasn't
it's ABC
expecting that
store.
one.
Yep, that's it. They're down in North Carolina.
Wow.
So, yeah, but again, they just people just have to do better. They just have to really step outside themselves and grow up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think though still, um, I want to say the fault a lot of times is on the male because he doesn't lead that situation that he initiated in leading. Now all of a sudden the woman leaves out of the house. Sometimes you allow her to go file paperwork. Do you even file paperwork again? Like you just don't do the work. Sometimes it looks like a lot of the guys.
Nope, men will not do the work because think about it. Who teaches them? If you
Well,
don't
who
have
taught us?
if you
Who
were
taught us to get up and say, I'm fed up, I'm leaving him, I'm tired? Ain't nobody taught us that. I'm
No.
going down to the courthouse. My mama taught me how to file this paperwork.
No, because
My mama
back
didn't
then
teach me
different.
none of that. They
Nope.
stayed together.
And you see how miserable they look. You know, you saw a lot of older ones and they were together. And in some cases, they weren't even married. They was just together.
Yeah.
And you look at them like, God damn, y'all 17 kids for 45 years, y'all never got married. And it's our necessity. It's like, I got 17 kids,
Yeah,
been
just
together
stick
this
around,
long,
stick
just hang around.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you have to go through that. Women today say, hey, I don't got to live like this. I don't want to live like this. I know I'm not wasting all my good years with this bum.
Yeah.
But you knew he was a bum. The thing is, you knew he
No,
was
he
a
was
bum.
a bum with potential. Don't
With
do us like
potential.
that. He
Do you know how many
was.
people
He
have lived and
was.
died based on potential?
I mean, most people love a good bum with potential. I mean, I'm just saying.
You said a good bum with potential.
Yeah.
But
That
then,
means that when I saw him, I was like, yeah, you ain't got no job, but you used to have a job. Oh nah, he got an interview next week. Nah, I'm gonna go home with
how
him.
many interviews have you had in about the past 10 years? You know how
See,
much
you
people you meet?
forgot to ask that part. See, you
See,
forgot to ask that part. You
or,
forgot
or,
to ask that part.
or he
You
could
were
tell
just
you,
excited for the next interview.
he could tell you,
Yeah.
I'm a rapper. I'm an up and coming rapper.
No, and he's a rapper with an interview. So you like, what? We gonna be going on tour too?
To a where? In the backyard?
I'm being messy. I'm sorry.
See, so you literally ask for this. People ask for what they get. It's like you know
Love is,
that.
Eve said it best. Love is blind. I didn't
Yes,
ask for a hard knock life. I just forgot how to prevent it. That's what it was. And then you were supposed to lead me. So if I messed up, went to the courts, filed these papers, and said, I'm so angry you ain't gonna see your kid again, you were supposed to like do something different.
but how I want to do something
You're
different?
supposed to file opposite paperwork and be like, no, give me that baby. You don't want to do the right stuff? Give me the child.
But see, this is because of how you're brought up. If you're not brought up in that mindset, you're not going to think to do that. To you, it's like, oh shoot, I ain't nobody never told me, and she's gonna take. That's work I gotta do.
Yeah.
I can pay. I can pay a little money.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent, I just kind of feel like a lot of men just kind of stop right where it's at, shove over the money, complain about it like there's nothing more that can be done.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Nothing what he wants to do.
no, no, you can file for your own like full time, like you
But
don't
that's
want
cutting
to
into
kick
my
him
life.
out. You don't want to part like.
I'd
You don't
rather
want
pick him
to
up.
see him no more. Yeah, you gotta
Pick him
pick him
up.
up at the school. Yeah.
Pick him up.
You
Look
gotta
at.
feed them. Yeah, nah, you don't want to feed them, or you don't want to do their laundry. Yeah, you gotta do a little activity too. Don't
Hey,
forget,
gotta
because
get that.
JoJo got tutoring.
Shit.
Yeah, we gotta do a little Kumon tutoring. Then you gotta take him on the other side of town because he got soft baseball practice. Okay.
God
Yeah,
damn.
and then after that, he also got physical therapy, and then on Thursdays and Fridays he got violin.
Now, see, at this point, we're gonna do a DNA test because my kid doing too much. I don't think my kid be doing all that.
Our kids wear blazers, so you already know they're overachievers. Don't forget that.
That's
dare
true.
Forget that.
God damn.
Yeah, they're overachievers.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true. So
you don't want to do the full time thing because that's what I do. And don't forget to have a snack in the back because all this ripping and running, they hungry, and you can't feed
all
my kid
the
any other thing
time.
because they only eat organic.
God damn.
Yeah,
See,
that's
and
the
that's
type
what
of
you asked
super
for.
mom that's out here.
That is true.
Are you about that life? And I just feel
And-
like for the
oh.
most part,
That's a lot.
yeah, just
That's
not
us
signing up for
asking a
everything
lot.
that mom's willing to do.
Yeah, and then that means I have to change my life, which means I have to change
You
my life.
basically don't have a life.
Well, see, now you
That's
about to
sort of
give me
what
some
that
work that I
means.
really didn't ask for because I thought I'd just show up, give a few dollars,
Because
pat him on the
normally that's
head,
what dads do, right?
Yeah, and
let them keep on moving.
keep moving. Then when you
Yeah.
get older, then I can take over after that point because
Yeah.
at that point you about
So
to be at
keep
the
your
house.
wife happy wife, happy life. Yeah.
There you go.
And
And
then
then,
you
then
can
of course,
parent
you know, if
in
I can
your
pay
role.
child support by the time he's 18, then good. I ain't got to really deal with you no more at that point. I can just deal with him or her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and
But
then
did
that's
you
real.
create the proper relationship.
Ooh. Well,
the
that's the
time they
problem.
turn
Why
18.
you probably need to be there because I don't think you should show up at the senior. You're about to graduate as a senior.
Nah,
And
nah,
talk about,
'cause
hey,
they normally mad
daddy,
as hell.
I'm daddy here. Because
They
then,
normally mad as hell.
oh, they're going to be tremendously mad
Yeah.
because they're going to start bringing, where the hell
Where
were
you been
you? All this all the time. And they don't want to hear, well, your mama. They go, no. You could have called mama. You could have done anything.
Yeah,
But you
'cause
didn't.
aren't you bigger and badder than her?
You're supposed to be.
I would let my large, strong father ever tell me that my small, petite mother did something to stop him from coming to see me. Oh, I feel like I could fight him then. I feel like I could take you
Yeah.
on then. Because me and my mother about the same size. So you telling me she could have crushed you? Oh, nah, daddy, let's go. Because something ain't right here. What could my mother possibly do to you to make you not show up? I just be confused on life as a child.
And
Especially
that,
the type of teenager I was. I already showed y'all how I like to show my tail.
yeah. And
Yeah.
see, that's something that men need to really figure out. And they need to, it's just the role models. The role models aren't the normal role models or the role models that I had.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, they worked.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was put food on the table, blah blah blah.
Because you said that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like the weekend, the male being outside of the household or being
Mm-hmm.
in a home where he is pretty much single fathering is very unnatural.
And he
And the
doesn't know how to handle that.
expectation, yeah, that's put on him. If he doesn't have another home that this child can come into this home on the weekends type of thing,
Yep.
then the expectation that's put on the father as far as his role as parenting, it's not necessarily a natural role anymore. That's the
No,
point that I think I'm trying to drive home.
which means he now has to do this like a job.
Yeah.
He has to. He has to,
Yeah.
when they come
Now
this
you're
weekend.
basically babysitting.
Damn.
Yeah, your own child
Oh, that's the worst.
for 48 hours.
Because you're gonna take them back.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Which means you're gonna have to do more as a father outside those 2 days or whatever you're supposed to see. Which
Yeah.
means you call that child every day.
Yes.
You check on him
You
every day.
have to
You
immerse
reach out to
yourself
him.
parenting just on a total different level
It has
than
to
we've
be.
ever kind of seen before. Because
Yes.
so many people are parenting just like this. And like we said, once you get your heart broke, it's hard to be vulnerable again and start that family again.
And that means you need to get some therapy to get over that shit, because that heartache is one of many, many, many heartaches you're gonna have in this journey called life. So if that one situation broke you, then it's a wrap for you. Then in that case, don't get a dog, don't get a car, because they're gonna bring situations. The dog, when you get used to him, he'll die. So it's just at this point we just have to do better.
Yeah.
Just do better as fathers.
We're going to shout out to the fathers who are in those positions. We know it's hard.
Yeah, mad respect to
it.
you guys. Mad respect to you. And we know it's tough for you, but just keep pushing. Just keep
That's it.
pushing and find help. Find that village. Find the good people in the village. And keep pushing.
I think that's the good point to kind of wrap it up on, is to find your village, keep it pushing, take care of those babies,
Yes.
no matter what. And again, you're on the mic with
M.
Auntie. We'll see you next time.
Peace.